Hello dear students, today we are going to discuss a binomial theorem. So this is the first session, so it will continue with several sessions and we will complete binomial theorem. So the first one what we are going to discuss is that the introduction, then we will discuss with the binomial theorem for positive integral indices, then we will discuss Pascal's triangle, then we will discuss binomial theorem for any positive integer n. After that we will discuss some special cases in the expansion of a plus b power n, and finally we will perform some examples. Okay. So now let's first understand that what is the importance of binomial theorem. Suppose we have been given to find the expansion of 98 to the power 2. Okay, so how we can do this thing? So that we can do very simply, that we can make it 100 minus 2 power 2, and then you can use the formula that a minus b whole square, that is a square minus 2ab plus b square. Correct. Now if it is given that no, not it is 98 power 2, it is 98 power 3. Correct. So in the similar manner we can use the formula for a minus b whole cube. Correct. But what will happen if the same question is given but the indices is not 3, it is some big amount, suppose it is 52. So that will become very difficult. Okay, so we need to perform repeated multiplication to get the result. Now to perform repeated multiplication, it is a time consuming process. Okay, it will take a good amount of time to perform that. Hence, we are going to learn a concept called binomial theorem. Okay, so now let's understand, before going for the details of binomial theorem. So the first thing is that binomial theorem for positive integral indices, whatever we have observed so far, and why it is known as binomial, because there are two terms. Let us take the term, first term as a and second term as b, and let us see that how for different integral indices, how it is actually we are getting the expansion. So when it is a plus b power 0, what we are going to get, dear students? So that is equal to 1, that we know. Correct. Now let's take a plus b power 1. A plus b power 1, what we get? That is a plus b. Correct. Now let's take a plus b power 2. A plus b power 2. What we are going to get, dear students? A square plus 2ab plus b square. Correct. Now let us perform that a plus b power 3. A plus b power 3 means what, dear students? A cube plus 3 into a square into b plus 3 into a into b square plus b cube. Correct. Now if we proceed further, a plus b power 4, what we are going to get, dear students? So to find this one, we know the formula till a plus b power 3. So now for that, what you need to do, we need to perform a plus b into a plus b whole cube. Correct or not? So now we know a plus b whole cube formula, this one, and then we multiply it with a plus b. Then what we are going to get it here, dear students? So we are going to get that a power 4 plus 4 into a cube into b plus 6 a square into b square plus 4 a into b cube plus b cube. Okay, if you expand you will get. Hello dear students, in the expansion of a power b plus 4, in the previous video I made a small mistake. Okay, the correct expansion of a plus b power 4 is a power 4 plus 4a cube into b plus 6a square into b square plus 4a into b cube plus b power 4. In the previous video, due to a typo, I mentioned b power 3, which is incorrect. The correct one is the last term should be b power 4. Thank you. This one. Now, there are some interesting part here. There are three important things we have observed. If you observe this expansion, a plus b power 0, a plus b power 1, a plus b power 2, a plus b power 3 and a plus b power 4, you will observe three important things. The first one, if you see the indices, whatever the value of these indices, the expanded term in the right hand side is one more than that. Let's look at a plus b power 0, term is 1. That is one term. A plus b power 1 in the right hand side, how many terms? 2. A and b, there are two different terms. Let's come to a plus b power 2. This number is 2. And how many terms are there here? 2 plus 1. First term is a square, second term is 2ab, third term is b square. Now let's come to a plus b power 3. The indices is 3, the power is 3, and you see in the expansion in the right hand side there are 3 plus 1 terms, that is 4 terms. The first term is a cube, second term is 3a square b, third term is 3ab square, and fourth term is b cube. Then let's proceed with a plus b power 4. The power here is 4, but if you see in the right hand side in the expansion there are 4 plus 1, that is 5 terms. The first term is a power 4, second term is 4a cube into b, third term is 6a square b square, then the fourth term is 4ab cube, and fifth term is b cube. And in that way, if you proceed, you will get the number of terms in the expansion is one more than the the power. Second observation is that if you see in this entire expansion, as it started with that power of a is reduces by 1 and power of b is actually increased by 1. Let's look at here a plus b power 2. It starts with a square. In the next one, the power of a is reduced by 1, so it become from a square it become a. And then in the next term, the power of a becomes 0. A power 0 is 1. So we see the starting from the expansion, the power of a is reduced by 1. And at the same time, the power of b is increased by 1. How you see? Here a square, that means b power 0. In the next term it is b power 1, that means from 0 to 1 it is increased, and in the next term is from b to b square, it is increased further by 1. Same thing here, the power of a is reduced by 1 and power of b is increased by 1. Right here, if you see that power of a is reduced by 1, first is a cube, then a square, then a, then 0. Power of b is increased by 1, it is b power 0, then b power 1, then b power 2, then b power 3. Same thing is followed here, correct? And the third one is that at any term in the right hand side expansion, if you add the power of a and b, that will become the power of the original expansion which is given in the left hand side. What is meant by that? You see that a plus b power 2, the power is 2 now. So now what is the power of a here? 2, and b is 0, because a square means a to the power 2 into b to the power 0. Here you see the power of a is 1, power of b is 1. Now if you add those two powers, 1 plus 1, 2, which is equal to this, correct? And the third one is that if you see in this one, b power 2, the power is 2. So in any term in the right hand side expansion, if you add the power of a and power of b, then you will get the same number which is there in the expansion in the power in the left hand side. Let's look at a plus b power 4, and let us take the term 6a square b square. What is the power of a, dear students? The power of a is 2 and power of b is 2. So you add 2 plus 2, 4 here. Similarly, a cube into b, power of a is 3, power of b is 1, 3 plus 1, 4. Power of A is 4, B power of B is 0 here. So 4 plus 0 is 4. Similarly for the other terms. So these are the three important observations we have, noticed. Now, so far we have discussed about the introduction is done, then binomial theorem for positive integral indices that we are discussing. Now that leads to a different construction of a different triangle that is called Pascal triangle. What is that? Let me tell you. If you closely observe the, let me use a different color. If you closely observe the different, coefficients in this expansion, here the coefficient is 1, correct? And here the coefficient is nothing is mentioned. That means it is 1. And here also it is 1. A plus B means what? 1 into A plus 1 into B. So this is 1. This is 1. Here also we can write. So let me first complete writing the coefficients. So it is 1 here, 2 here, here it is 1. Here it is 1, 3, 3, and here it is 1. Then A power 4, here it is 1, it is 4, 6, 4, and here again it is 1. Okay. So now let us encircle all these coefficients in the red color, whatever I am doing. Okay. And you will find a pattern. If you see the first one, then 1, 1, then it is 1, 2, 1. Then you will see that 1, then 3, then 3, then 1. Okay, just wait for 2 minutes. You will see, I will explain you the exact pattern what we are finding it out. In case you are able to find it out, just keep it with you and match whatever I am going to say. Now if you look into all these patterns and if we keep these patterns here, then how it will look like. Okay, so let me write it down. The first one, it is 1, correct? This one. Then it is 1, 1. So I write it here 1 and write it here 1. Then it is 1, 2, 1. So let me write it here 1 here, then 2, and then 1. Next one is that 1, 3, 3, 1. So I am writing it here 1, then 3, then 3, then 1. Then let's look into 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. So here it is 1, then it is 4, then it is 6, then it is 4, and here it is 1. Look at it, you will find a important observation. So if you see, this is in the form of a triangle where this side is all 1 and this side is all 1. So that means it starts with a 1 and ends with a 1 any particular row, correct? And all the other terms apart from that, the first term 1 and the last term 1, you see these two we are getting by adding these two previous ones in the previous row. I repeat once more. How we get 2? We are getting 2 by adding 1 plus 1, 2. How we are getting 3? By adding 1 plus 2, 3. How we are getting 3? 2 plus 1, 3. Correct? How we are getting 4? We get 1 plus 3, 4. How we are getting 3? 3 plus, how we are getting 6? 3 plus 3, 6. How we are getting 4? 3 plus 1, 4. So correct? What we get is that, so if you take this 1 and 1 and if you add, we are getting 2. If we take 1 and 2 and if you add, you get 3. If you add 2 and 1 and add, you get 3. If you add 1 and 3, dear students, so we get 4. If you add 3 and 3, we get 6. If we add 3 and 1, we get 4. So now, in that way, we can perform from any of these indices. Suppose if we get a plus b power 5, not a big deal. It starts with 1. Okay, let me write it down. Okay, so how to perform for a plus b power 5? Without expanding, how we can do this thing? We can construct that Pascal triangle. So first we will construct up to this. After that, what will happen? So I am writing in the green color so that you will find the difference among these blue colors stuff. So first it's 1, then 1 plus 4, that is 5. Then 4 plus 6, that is 10. Then 6 plus 4, that is 10. Then 4 plus 1, that is 5. And finally here we will come get 1. So this is the way we can construct for any other. So this is what is called as a Pascal triangle. Why? Because it looks like a triangle, and it is invented by a French mathematician, Blaise Pascal. Okay. So how it looks like that Pascal triangle, if you see. So this is the way these are along that, the sides, if you look at it, correct, and you can join. So this looks like a triangle, correct. And just before I proceed further, so how we get this 5? We add 1 and 4 and we get 5. How we get this 10? We add 4 and 6, we get 10. How we get this 10? We add 6 and 4 to get 10. How we get 5? We add 4 and 1 to get this 5, and 1 is the extreme right hand side, okay, in the row, correct. So this is what is called the Pascal triangle. Now, what is the difficulty with this expansion using Pascal triangle? For example, suppose we have been given a question that we need to expand something like this, a plus b power 52. Suppose this question is given to 1. Now we can perform using Pascal triangle, but for that we need to construct that Pascal triangles, and we need to go till this row. Okay. So how many rows we need to go? So if you see that we need to go for 53 rows. So here it is 1, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. 6 is for 5th one, a plus b power 5. In that way we need to go till 53 rows. Okay, construct that Pascal triangle and then take the coefficients. That will be a cumbersome process. And hence, there is a concept of binomial theorem expansion, and that we are going to discuss now. That binomial theorem for any positive integer n. So before I proceed further, so let me take it from my notebook that any expansion if you need to perform. Suppose 2x plus 3y power 5. Before I proceed, let me complete. Okay. Suppose we have been given that 2x plus 3y power 5. Okay. So how we get it? We can take all these coefficients 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. So what we'll write, dear students? So first we will write that 2x power 5, correct, plus then 5 into 2x power 4. The power of 2x, that the first term will be reduced by 1, and the power of the second term will be increased by 1. So that is equal to 3y into 3y plus, after 5 it is 10, plus 10, after 5 it is 10, right? So 10 into 2x power 3, 2x power 3 into 3y power 2, plus 10 into 2x power 2 into 3x power 3, 2x power 2 into 3y power 3, plus 5 into 2x power 2, so it will be reduced by 1, so it will become 2x. So 5 into 2x into 3y power 4 into 3y power 4 plus 1 into 2x power 0. That means only 3y power 4 plus 1 is 5. That means 3y power 5. Now if we expand this one, what we are going to get, let me write it down. Okay, so from here if we continue, so let me write it here. Okay, so if I take it from my notebook, so from here what we get is that 2x plus 3y power 5. So I am taking it from my notebook because all this computation we should not spend time here. So 2x power 5, that will become 32 x power 5 plus 5 into 2x power 4 into 3y, that will become 240 plus 240 into x to the power 4 into y plus 10 into 2x power 3 into 3y power 2. So that is equal to 720 into x to the power 3 into y square plus 720 into x to the power 3 into y square plus what we get is that 10 into 2x power 2 into 3y power 3, that becomes 1080 x to the power 2 into y to the power 3, correct, plus 5 into 2x into 3y power 4. So that is become 810 plus 810 into x into y to the power 4 plus again that 3y power 5. 3y power 5 means it is 243 into y to the power 5. So that will become the expansion. And I just said that if we continue and if we need to in this constructing the Pascal triangle, it will become very difficult to find the expansion for a plus b power 52 or any other bigger number, because you need to compute the entire Pascal triangles and then go with these numbers as a coefficient of those of the expansion. So then what we can do? Okay, so here we can take the assistance from the the combination formula. And if we notice the combination formula, we will find that it actually resembles with the Pascal triangles different numbers. Okay, so what is that? Let me explain you. Okay, so if you recall, so I can clean this portion also. Okay, so what I wanted to mean, dear students, is that if you recall the formula for MCR, what is the formula, dear students? If you recall from the permutation combination discussion, in case you are not able to remember, please go back to my lecture on permutations and combinations, you will get. So that is equal to factorial n divided by factorial r into factorial n minus r, where r is in between 0 and n and it is an integer. Okay, both n and r are positive integer. So we can take help of this one to build that Pascal triangle. Not actually build the Pascal triangle. Pascal triangle is already built, but different numbers of these Pascal triangles we can associate with this number NCR. How? Let's look into it. The Pascal triangle, what I done earlier, let me write it down quickly. So if you recall the Pascal triangle, dear students, so let me use a different color. Okay, so what was the first one? If you recall, that is 1, correct, no? Then it is 1 and 1, then it is 1, then we will add 1 and 1, it become 2 and then 1. In that way, if we in the next one it will be 1, then we will add 1 and 2, that is 3, then we will add 2 and 1, that is 3, and then extreme right it is 1. Next one is 1, then we will add 1 plus 3, that is 4. Then we will add 3 plus 3, that is 6. Then we will add 3 plus 1, that is 4, and then 1. Correct? This is the way we construct that Pascal triangle, if you recall. Correct? Now, the point is that how we can associate these numbers with this, with this NCR. Let's look at it with the, for that 1. What we can write is that 1. That 1 we can write, so that is for, the first row. And if I take, that let me also write down the indices. Okay, so if I write the indices here, so let me write down the indices. Indices means it is for, a plus b power 0, a plus b power 1, a plus b power 2. So those are known as the indices. So what you can write, so here it is for indices 0, then it is 1, then it is 2, then it is 3, then it is 4. Correct? So now if you look into the first one for 0, that what we'll get? Here we get the number, so let me use a different color. The number what we are going to get is that this 1 is nothing but 0C0. Okay, so what we can write is that is 0C0, that is equal to 1. Now this number 1 we can write is that 1C0 and 1C1. Correct? So this 1 we can write is that 1C0, and here this one we can write is that 1C1. Correct? No? Then in the similar manner, what we can write for indices 2, this we can write 2C0, then 2 is 2C1, that is the value of 2, na? And then 1 we can get it as 2C2. Okay, so all these values are equal, by the way, so I'm writing an equal sign here. So let me quickly tell you once more. When the indices is 0, that means a plus b power 0. Then what we get? Only one term, that is 1. Then how we can get into the form of NCR? We write 0C0. Now let's take a plus b power 1. That indices is 1. Then how we are getting the term? There are two terms, a plus b power 1, that is a plus b. What is the coefficient of a? Is 1. That is, we can write is at 1C0. And what is the coefficient of b? That is also 1. We write 1C1. Similarly, when the index is 2, that is a power b plus 2. So we see the first coefficient is 1, that is 2C0. 2 coming from this index. 2C1, that is 2, and 1 is 2C2. Similarly, for 3, what we can write, dear students? So this is equal to 3C0. This 3 we can write as 3C1. Okay, this 3, that also we can write, this is equal to 3C2, because we know the value of 3C1 is 3 and the value of 3C2 is also 3. If you recall, value of NCR is same as the value of NC n minus R. Then 1, so 1 what we can write, that is equal to 3C3. Similarly, let's come to this case where the index is 4. So this 1 we can write is at 4C0. This 4 we can write is at 4C1. 4C1 is 4. That 6 we can write is at 4C2. If you compute the value of 4C2, you will get it 6. Then it is 4, that is equal to, we can write 4C3. The value of 4C3 is 4. And then we get 1, that is equal to 4C4. So the value of 4C4 is equal to 1. So in that way we can find the coefficient using this NCR very easily. For example, if we need to find the value of a plus b power 7 for indices 7, for example, okay, we need to find that a plus b power 7. So what will be? So index is 7. So what will be the different terms? The different terms will be 7C0, that coefficients. What are the different coefficients? 7C0, then 7C1, then 7C2, then 7C3, then 7C4, then 7C5, then 7C6, and finally 7C7. Correct? So without computing the Pascal triangle, we are able to find out the different coefficients. Correct or not? Now, if you need to find that a plus b power 7, very easily we can do it. So now we can find the value of a plus b power 7 is something like this. 7C0 into a to the power 7 into b to the power 0. Correct or not? Plus 7C1. After 7C0, next one is 7C1. 7C1, the power of a will reduce by 1, power of b will be increased by 1. So then we are going to get a to the power 6 into b to the power 1. Plus, after 7C1, it is 7C2. So 7C2 into a to the power 5 into b to the power 2 plus 7C3. Look at 7C3 into a to the power 4 into b to the power 3 into a to the power 4 into b to the power 3 plus, let me continue from here, plus after 7C3 it is 7C4, and here from here the power of a will be reduced by 1, so it is a to the power 3, and power of b will be increased by 1. So from power of a will be from a power 4 to a power 3, and power of b will be from b power 3 to b power 4, increased by 1, plus 7C5. What we get is that a power 2 into b power 5 plus 7C6 into a into b to the power 6 plus 7C7 into a to the power 0 into b to the power 7. That is the expansion, and we are able to find that expansion very easily with the help of this combination formula NCR and without constructing the Pascal triangle. So dear students, what we get is that the expansion of this, any binomial for the positive integral indices. Now, can you give it as a formula? Certainly. How you can give this as a formula? Let's look at it. Okay. So, let me in fact write it down here, that how we can get this into a formula. Okay. That a plus b power n. How we can write a plus b power n? So, let me write it here. Okay. So, dear students, the formula for a plus b power n, we can get something like this: a plus b power n, that is equal to, very important formula. First we write that NC0 into a power n into b power 0 plus NC1 into, so from NC0 it comes to NC1. Power of a will be reduced by 1, power of b will be increased by 1. So it will be a power n minus 1 into b power 1 plus NC2 into a power n minus 2 into b power 2 plus, so I can continue here. Okay, plus we can write NC3 into a to the power n minus 3 into b to the power 3. In that way, we will get a general term called r plus 1s term. So that is equal to NCR into a power n minus r into b power r. Correct? And in that way, if we continue, we will get the last term, that is NCN into a power 0 into p power n. So this is what is the formula for a plus b power n. Okay, so this is the formula for a plus b power n. What is this? Let me repeat once more. A plus b power n is equal to nc0 into a power n into b power 0. The first term. Then second one, that nc0 will become nc1 and power of a should be reduced by 1. So in the previous term power of a is n, so here it become power of a become n minus 1. In the previous term power of b was 0 and here it is increased by 1, and in the subsequent steps the power of a will be reduced by 1 and power of b will be increased by 1, and that nc0 in the second term it become nc1, third term it become nc2. In that way it will keep on continuing, and the general term that is known as the r plus 1s term, with this we will discuss in details in our next session, that is ncr, that is equal to a into n minus r into b power r, and in that way we will continue till the last term, that is the n plus 1s term, because we know that in the expansion of a plus b power n there are n plus 1 terms. Okay, so this is known as the r plus 1th term, r plus 1th term. Okay, so as I said a minute back that we will discuss in details about the general term, that is r plus 1th term. Now dear students, few things to notice. The first one is that the number of terms in the right hand side is 1 more than the index n. If it is 2, then you will get in the right hand side 3. If it is 3, then you will get in the right hand side in the expansion 4 terms. So as in this case the power of a plus b is n, in the expansion in the right hand side we will get n plus 1 terms. That is the first observation. Second observation is that, though I said a couple of times earlier, that as we start with nc0 a power n into b power 0, as we proceed, this is the first term, from here as we proceed till the n plus 1th term, we will see that in each subsequent terms the power of a is reduced by 1 and power of b is increased by 1. Okay, and the third observation is that at any term if you add the power of a and power of b, then you will get the value which is given here, that is a plus b power n. You see, take this term, the third term nc2, the power of a is what? N minus 2, power of b is what? 2. So n minus, if you add those powers, that is n minus 2 plus 2, it is n, which is a plus b power n. Take the general term r plus 1th term ncr into a power n minus r into b power r. So if you add the power of a, that is n minus r, with power of b, that is r, that means n minus r plus r, which what we get? N, that is equal to the value in what is provided here in the power of a plus b. Correct? So these are the observations we get. So we are done with this discussion. Now what we are going to do, dear students, is that there are some special cases, okay, and followed by some examples that we are going to discuss in the next video lecture. With this note, let me conclude the session here. Take care and see you soon. Bye.